Good morning, everybody. It is Wednesday morning, February 15th, and it is weigh-in day. And have I got news for you? All right, guys. So I got on the scale today, and it was a little bit of a surprise, but not, because over the last month, if you watched my past videos, you know that I had been really dealing with an interstitial cystitis flare-up, lots of pain, lots of uncomfortableness. It was just, the month was hard. I've gone through 2 bouts of antibiotics in the last month to get rid of an accompanying infection that went with it. And I'm feeling so much better. So thank you for your prayers and your well wishes. It really, really touched my heart and really helped me feel a lot better. So I'm doing so much better. One thing that I didn't do well of yesterday was drinking my water. And so yesterday was Valentine's Day, and I was preparing for some different things, and I just kind of let the time get away from me, didn't really drink any, and that hurts, I see. So, you know, it definitely can bring a flare up. So I need to watch that. And also I had a lot of salt. And so I don't know if that's part of what happened on the scale or not, but I'm up 1.6 from the last week. And last week I was the same as the week before. And then the week before that, I was like 0.4 down or something. So this week, it was a doozy to step on the scale. And I have to say, I kind of feel like I really deserve that. I think I knew it was coming. So if part of it is salt, I do understand that. But at the same time, after I started feeling better from my IC flare-up and all this pain this last month, I just kind of didn't really care. You know what I mean? When you're like suffering for a while, and when you're done, you're kind of like, okay, how do I get started again? Because I really didn't, even while I was, you know, going through the month, I was just kind of like eating to get along, right? I was trying to stay on point somewhat, but at the same time, when you're that uncomfortable, you're just like, let's just get through this, right? And then when it's all done, you have to get kind of like realigned and back on track so that you are focused again. And I have had a hard time getting focused again. And I told myself, if I reach a particular number on the scale, there's no ifs, ands, or buts. That's your get to work number. Well, this week I hit my get to work number on the scale. And so I can't tell you what that is because hubby watches this too, and he shares his weight with me, but I've never shared with him in all of our almost 37 years of marriage now. So just trust me, I hit a number that I'm not comfortable with that tells me I need to get off my booty and I need to get to work. I want to jump to Joan's workout, Train with Joan, that app. I did a review on that, but what I did was I kind of just reviewed the fitness portion of it, and I really didn't touch the nutrition part because I hadn't touched the nutrition part. So I actually didn't remember to review that part of the app because I didn't use it. And so I have gone into it now. One of our wonderful subscribers, thank you so much, had brought up, you know, the nutrition part of it. And I said, yes, I do need to look at that and talk about that. So I did bring it up. Now they have like 4 different levels of menu plans, or you can input your own, which I think is a really great alternative there. So I am going to look at their fat loss meal plan. And so far, I added up today and today's meals that it lists out, and it comes up to about 1,541 calories for the day. So it's like a 1,500 calorie a day diet, and this is supposed to be for fat loss. Now, I'm not sure if that is more or less than what my body actually needs, because if my metabolism, I'm older, maybe if this is going to be too much. I don't know. We'll see. So I do moderate amounts of exercise. I'm going to continue to do that. But I thought, you know, I didn't want to commit to doing this fat loss plan for 30 days. And then, you know, I don't want to lose the flexibility that I have in my diet. But what I want to do is, hubby told me it's a good idea if I want to try it out for 30 days, that, you know, 30 days would be a good a good kind of gauge to see, what you think about it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the fat loss plan for Joan's Train with Joan app. And she has all the meals planned out already, so I don't have to do that. And it's fairly simple. They're not any extravagant type of recipe that you can't find obscure, ingredients for. It's fairly simple. I either have these things or it's going to be very easy to get what I need to use. And so already I've had part of it this morning for breakfast. And I think the biggest hurdle is going to be trying to stop myself from adding ingredients that I'm used to having and sticking with the plan. Now, I'm thinking I'm going to show you what that looks like. So I'll do an everyday so that you can see what I eat every day while on this fat loss plan of Train with Joan. And if I don't have something, like say maybe I'm supposed to have like green beans one night, I don't have green beans, so I'll have to like put in zucchini or something like that. I will make sure that it is a very accurate substitution. So I won't, put in like a starchy vegetable to replace a non-starchy vegetable or something like that. If I'm going to have a lean fish, I will put in a lean fish. You know what I mean? Something like that. So this morning I had an orange. If I don't have an orange, maybe I'll put in 2 tangerines, right? If I have those. And so I'm going to really try to stick with this as much as possible. Now with the egg whites, normally what I would have done was I would have had less egg whites and I would have added a whole egg to that. And I had to like kind of stop myself from doing that because that's my, would be my normal, right? And I really had to stop myself from putting on a little bit of margarine on my toast or spreading something on my toast because normally I would, or I'd put in a piece of avocado on it or something like that. And that's not on her plan. So she does use avocado, but it wasn't on this morning's breakfast. So I really want to stick with what she's got so I can really try this out. So that's going to be the biggest hurdle, I think, is actually sticking with as close as possible what it is, just what it is. Okay, and I would have to say my main concern has been in doing this is that I'm going to be hungry, right? Or I'm going to feel unsatisfied or deprived because I don't want to. I don't want to be miserable. And I really, really, really don't like the idea of giving up my own independence, so to speak, and creativity with cooking and my own freedom, so to speak. But my own freedom and my own independence is what got me to this point where I'm 1.6 heavier this week. And I'm at a number that is not okay with me. This is my get to it number. So I have to remember that. I got to get out of that zone. So that is going to push. Okay, so there's 4 different nutritional programs on the Train with Joan app. And number 1 is called the Love Yourself program. And I looked at it. I really loved the meals in it. It was really nice and whole foods oriented, it seemed like. The second one was, I believe there's a maintenance plan. There's a protein builder in case you're building lots of muscle. And then there's a fat loss plan. And the fat loss plan is the one that I'm going to be following for now. And I will let you know how it goes. So anyway, that's where I'm at right now. Weigh-in Wednesdays, or, if you're not doing it throughout the week, they could be kind of eye-opening. So this one was, and I met my go-to number. So here we go. Now, am I going to be counting Weight Watcher points as well as using the Train with Joan app? I think for now I am. At first I wasn't going to because I think it's just redundant to do 2 apps at the same time. But what I am anxious to see what this nutrition plan from the Train with Joan app is going to look like in terms of the Weight Watcher points, and see how that translates, and also so that you can see that as well. And again, I'm following the fat loss plan from the Train with Joan app. So far, so good. It's the beginning, it's early days yet, but we will see how it goes. I'm not going to say there are not going to be struggle days, because I know there's going to be struggle bus days. There's going to be functions and events I have to go to, and I still want to stay on the plan. So thinking about how I'm going to handle those and deal with that so that I'm still on my plan. So, okay. All right, I'm going to let you go for now. I hope you have a great rest of the week, and I'll see you soon. So for the first meal of the day, I am having an Ezekiel bread. This is sprouted grain bread, and a cup of liquid egg whites, which I thought normally I only take like a quarter cup, so that seems like a lot to me. But I'm going to have that. I'm going to cook it in a teaspoon of olive oil, add some seasonings, and then I've got an orange that's listed on the program. Now, I have IC, so oranges don't do too well with me, but I'm going to take it with one pre-leaf, which is going to cut the acid by like 95%. So hopefully that won't irritate my bladder. And then I'm going to down a bunch of water, and so hopefully that'll also neutralize the acid. So that's going to be my first meal of the day. Put a little kosher salt and some garlic in here. Okay, so in the pre-workout smoothie, I guess I'm going to be using a half a cup of coconut water, a half of a cup of non-fat Greek yogurt, 1.5 cups of whey, 1.5 scoops of whey protein powder. I don't generally use whey protein. I kind of stay away from it, but I'm going to try it this time and see how it goes. 1 banana that I had frozen, and so I'm going to cut that up. A cup of ice, 1 tablespoon of almond butter, and 1 tablespoon of hemp seeds. Okay, along with the smoothie, I'm having a half a cup of fresh blueberries. Alright, so for lunch I'm cooking up some tilapia. I've just sprinkled it with some olive oil, some lemon pepper seasoning, a little Italian seasoning, and some crushed garlic. And then I'm going to bake them until they're done, and then add some fresh squeezed lemon juice on top. And I'm going to serve this with some brown rice and some veggies. I did add 1 cup of fresh spinach in with the hot brown rice, just to give it a little bit more character and get a little bit more veggies in. So this is really good, and I had it with some lemon. I did pack a dinner for Honey here, and then I've got a couple set aside for me for the next couple days. Okay, so dinner, I am making some onions and green beans. And I sauteed them first with a little bit of olive oil, and then I added water, so I'm steaming the green beans. And I just put the chicken fillets were already done, so I'm just heating them up. So I'm just heating them on top of here. And when everything's just about done, I will add some cherry tomatoes. And I'm also going to be having a side of some roasted broccoli, which is in the oven.